Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So today we will have a discussion regarding to our group project, and we choose Awrah as a topic to go through. Awrah is derived from Arabic word which mean disgrace. Awrah in Islamic term meaning a part of a body, whether male or female, illegally to open or exhibit. In other words, Awrah is a part of the body that must be closed and illegal for non-mahram people to see it. Closing Awrah is mandatory for all Muslim, no matter the man or the woman. Now we go through to the overview of this topic. In the Sunnah wal Jama'ah, male Awrah is from the navel to the knees. This means they have to close their genitals in the area between the navel and the knees at all times except for privacy. Female Awrah is highly complicated and changed accordingly to the situation. In front of the non-mahram, a woman has to cover her whole body except her hand and her head. Meanwhile, in the presence of Muslim women, the aura of women from the navel to the knees. Now we go to the historical background. The obligation to close aura is based on the arguments of the Quran and Hadith. As Allah mentioned at Surah Al-A'raf, verse 26, meaning, all children of Adam, we have bestowed upon you clothing to conceal your private parts and as an adornment, but the clothing of the righteousness, that is the best. That is from the sign of Allah that perhaps they will remember. From Hadith Riwayah Abu Dawud, Aisyah recounted that her cousin Asma binti Abu Bakar had entered the houses of the Prophet ﷺ wearing thin clothes so that he could see his skin. Then she turned and said, "Oh Asma, indeed, a woman at the time of menstruation must not show her body, but this and this," as she pointed her face and her two palms.
Okay, now we're going to the agenda of this topic, which is the limitation of men and women in covering their aura. Our aura has to be covered with sufficient clothes. Clothing can be described as anything women and men use to wear or cover their whole body from being exposed to the public, including their private parts. To be a servant of Allah, all Muslims need to wear or cover their bodies that do not resemble other religions like Jews, Christians, and clothes worn by the opposite sex. I heard the prophet of the messengers of Allah said, "It is not one of us believers those who resemble men than women, and not also those who resemble women than men." Narrated by Ahmad. Neither man nor woman, all the Muslims required to follow all concept of aurat. A Muslim woman aura is between the navel to the knee when she meets other Muslim women, including family members, relatives, and friends. And not only that, but the concept of aura is different when the woman meets non-Muslim women. This is because all of their body parts have to be covered except parts that can be seen while doing word at surah. If their doing may lead to lust or slender, it is important to cover all parts of the body except for the palm and her neck. This definition also applies to all men who are not muhrim or recognized as ajnabi, who needs to cover their entire body, but not their male family and other male relatives who have navel and knees outright. While undergoing medical treatment, Islam permissible the aura of women to be seen by men if there is emergency circumstance that inevitable, and same apply to men as well. However, this allowed the area to be treated only by the doctor during the treatment.
So why we are obligated to cover our aura? It is as a supporting factor upon first, the obligation to lower our gaze towards someone, especially the opposite gender. Second, upon the prohibition of zina. And the last one is to close the door of greater sin, which is Sadu Sharia. But there are still numbers of Muslims that didn't want to cover their aura. So what are their excuses? First, they claim that those who cover their aura are much more worse than who is not. Yes, nobody is sinless, but do they sure that they are much better to say so, while they themselves exposing their aura, which is clearly prohibited by Allah? They also said that covering the aura needs sincerity, This is an obligation ordered by Allah, no matter if you sincere or not, willing or forced. The same goes to Salat. You need to perform Salat, doesn't matter the condition you are situated. So what are the effects for those who are not covering their aura? Exposing your skin could lead to skin problems and diseases. In order to recover, you'll need to spend on products and treatments which could be expensive. So here we can see a waste of money. Other than money waste, when you start to expose your aura, Shaitan will encourage you to do other bad deeds and violate Allah's orders. So what can we do to encourage more people to cover their aura? As a friend, we can ask them to join religious talk at mosque, or now you can even watch it online. As an organization, we can organize religious programs such as campaign or Bulan Dakwah at school, where we can educate youth about aura. As higher authorities, we can enforce the law. As reported by Melaka kini, Jabatan Agama Islam Melaka (JAIM) under the Enforcement Division continue to enforce the law under Section 71 of Melaka Sharia Offences Enactment Act 1991 to curb indecent behaviour, including dress indecently in public places.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh. So next, I will continue to elaborate regarding the discussion and ruling in the context of women's aura from different school of fiqh. First of all, the Hanafi. In a book titled Al-Hidayah fi Syahri Al-Bidayah, Imam Al-Mighnani said, the entire body of a free-born woman, Muslim, is the aura, except for face and hand. In the book of Al-Bari Ar-Ra'iq, the prominent scholar Ibn Nuja'im commented on the opinion of Imam Nafsi, saying, An-Nafsi's opinion, in which he stated that woman's entire body is aura, which must be covered, except for face and hand. Based on the word of Allah the Almighty, they should not display their beauty and ornament except what ordinarily appear thereof. Al-Quran chapter 24 verse 31. Ibn Abbas radhiyallahu anhu said, the apparent ornament refer to woman's face and hand. Second, the Maliki. In Ashari Al-Kabir, Imam Al-Dardir, the aura of a Muslim woman in presence of a non-Muslim, which is individual to whom marriage is permissible, is her entire body, except for face and hand. Maliki scholars stated that it is disliked for a woman Muslim to wear the niqab if it is not part of the custom of her country. They mention that insisting on wearing the niqab and contradicting the custom of the land is deemed overzealousness in religion. In third is the Shafi'i. In Asna al-Matalib, Sheikh al-Islam Zakaria al-Ansari said, the aura of a Muslim, both during and outside prayer and in the presence of non-mahram, is her entire body save the face and hands. And lastly, the Hanbalis. In Mughni al-Muhtaj, Imam Ibn Qudama said that it is permissible for a Muslim woman to uncover her face and hand because covering them entail hardship. Likewise, when a man wants to marry a woman, it is permissible to look at her face and hand. So, in conclusion, Islam is a religion that wants to protect us from all bad things, and one of the way is by covering our aura. Aura is actually something that we already know, but not all Muslims acknowledge about the importance of it. So we as a Muslim need to understand clearly about the aura to avoid confusion in today's society. That's all from us. Wabillahi taufiq wa hidayah. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you.